Hi there, welcome to the channel. Today I have a really easy one for you. It is pork chops and Spanish rice, all in one pot, no dishes, doesn't cost a lot of money, and doesn't take a whole lot of time. So we're gonna get right to this. All you're gonna need is some onions, some tomatoes, some bell peppers, some garlic, and some pork chops. Now, the family recipe is for 4 pork chops. Obviously, Randy and I do not need pork chops. So all the other ingredients are to serve 4. Just we're only going to use 2 pork chops. And you're going to need a little olive oil, some rice, some salt, some pepper, and some mustard. A little bit of water. That's it. So let's get started. First thing you're going to do is want to get your pan hot. Now I'm going to use a Dutch oven, but if you have a nice big deep skillet, then you can use a skillet. We're going to go for a medium heat, just like that. Set our pan up there. Get us some olive oil in the bottom, about a tablespoon, should be plenty. You're going to need 1 cup of rice, and we're going to brown that rice. And you want to stay with it. You don't want to walk off and leave it, because if you walk off and leave it, you're going to burn your rice, and then it ain't going to, you have to throw it away. Trust me, ask me how I know. Randy asked me something and I walked off and I burn it. Smelled like I was toasting nuts in the kitchen. All right, I am ready now. You'll know when your rice gets a nice brown or gets close, because it'll start smelling really nutty. And that lets you know that your rice is ready. Now we're going to take this rice out of the pot and just set it in a little bowl. And then we're going to put our pork chops in. I know Randy wants me to do it this way, but this is a heavy, heavy pot. I'm probably going to drop it here in a second. See that golden toasty color? I don't know. Can you see it? Yeah. That's what you're looking for. Now we're going to take a little more olive oil and put enough in there to brown these pork chops. Now I did put salt and pepper on both sides of these pork chops. And we're just going to let them get brown on both sides. Okay, they're ready to flip, and I know they're ready to flip because it's starting to brown, like right around on the outside edges. So I know I've got a good browning. See there? Let's get this one flipped. Get that nice and brown. We're halfway there. All right, I'm brown on both sides. I'm just gonna lay those pork chops in there with that rice. Now they are not done. They're not done. But now it's time to add a little more oil. And all our veggies. So in go the onions. In go the garlic. In goes the tomatoes. Now if you don't have fresh tomatoes, or they're really expensive where you live, just get you a big can of either whole or plum tomatoes and coarsely chop them, and they'll do the same job. I just happen to have these from the farmer's market, and they're like number 3s or something. They're like really small, they didn't mature, but they're still good tomatoes, so that's what I'm using today. But if I didn't have that, just a can, one of the big cans of tomatoes, be just fine. Did y'all see that moth just hit my head? What we're doing now is simmering those tomatoes down to see how much juice we have out of those tomatoes, because how much juice out of those tomatoes determines how much water you put in here to cook your rice and to finish cooking your pork chops. So that'll take a few minutes. Let them cook down and see how much juice you're going to end up with. I don't know about where you guys live, but here it has rained and rained and rained some more. It rained so hard and so fast that at Randy's dad's, he almost thought he had to get a canoe to get out his driveway. I mean, he was completely flooded over. It was like that far over the culverts, and every time you drove across it, you just kind of like sunk in it. So anyway, they were like homebound for about 4 days till the water, he said today that the water had receded enough that he did get down to the mailbox. Yeah, and their driveway's a half mile long. He had a mess. All right, I'm getting a little juice, but not a ton. Give it a few more minutes. All right, my tomatoes have cooked down now. And I don't have a super lot of juice. But at this point, the secret ingredient, just a little bit of mustard, like a half a teaspoon, or maybe, that's probably a whole teaspoon. But a half teaspoon will do you. Oh, it smells so good. As soon as that mustard hit, oh, it smells good. Okay. Now we're going to set that, I'm going to pick those pork chops up, and I'm going to sprinkle that rice all over. Now I'm going to set those pork chops down in there. And I'm going to start with a cup of water. Because my tomatoes weren't very juicy. They cooked down. They didn't have a ton of juice. We're going to turn that down to low now. We're going to put the lid on it. Well, I'm going to knock that rice down first. Alright. Now we're going to put the lid on it. And we're going to give it about 30 minutes. and then we're gonna check it and make sure our rice is done. And I know my pork chops will be done. All right, y'all. It's been 35 minutes. And honestly, y'all, I think I could have done it right at 30 minutes or maybe 25 minutes because my rice is done. But that means that everything is ready. Let's get that plated up. There we go. There's our pork chop. And our rice with all those wonderful veggies and garlic. Dinner. One pot.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, time for the taste test.
Yep. You know who gets to do that.
Before he gets started on that, I want to tell you, I felt like I cheated so bad on dinner because it was so easy. I put a peach cobbler in the oven, and we're going to have peach cobbler for dessert. And Randy can link that video up there somewhere because it's just as easy as this.
That didn't turn out mushy.
No, it's good?
Yeah, it's good.
I was afraid my rice was going to be mushy because when I opened it, it looked soggy, but it's not, he said. So very good. So what you think?
I'm not done? No, it's very good. It is very, very delicious. Boy, that rice has got a different flavor too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you brown that rice like that, it totally gives it a really nutty flavor. It's so good.
That mustard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you go so I can go eat.
Bye, y'all.
Y'all have a good night.